Hello everyone! In this video, I'll be showing you how I took this hood from Goodwill and turned it into a medieval-inspired chaperone hood. This is the first video in our series making a Ren Faire outfit from the thrift store. The chaperone hood was a historical garment worn across medieval Europe. It came in a wide variety of colors and styles. It was also worn by both men and women. To start, you're going to want to search thrift stores or secondhand stores to find a hoodie that fits you or is oversized. This hoodie that we found is oversized and will drape heavier on my head when wearing it, so we found that better. You're going to want to find hoodies that have very minimal or no logos or writing across the chest. You are also going to want to avoid drawstrings. If you are like me and find one like this, that is okay, we can fix this later. Because this hoodie is bigger, we also have more real estate when cutting and shaping our hood later on. I put my hoodie on a mannequin, but you could just as easily lay it out as flat as possible on the ground. You may also want to remove any laces or attachments like I did. I cut off both of the sleeves and will keeping that fabric for later in the tutorial. I then drew a line curving down across the chest to create the chaperone hood look. If you also have a logo or writing in the center like me, don't worry, we are going to fix that in just a moment. Once the front of the hoodie has been cut off, I laid the hoodie flat on the ground and pinned it through both layers as flat as I could, then cut off the rest of the bottom of the hoodie. After that, you should be left with this. Now, to fix this front piece here and make it more uniform with the rest of the hood, I'm going to be putting in what is called a gore, or a triangle wedge of fabric. Usually these pieces are put in the shoulders to help fabric drape over the human form. Here we are using it to replace the bit of fabric that has the eyelets for the laces and the remaining logo. I used my ruler and my fabric chalk pen to draw a line. Then I measured the distance from the eyelets to that line and copied to the other side. I cut out this piece and then used it as a pattern to cut out a new piece from the remaining scrap from the bottom half of the hoodie that we cut off earlier. I specifically used the front pocket. I traced this piece bigger than it needed to be to allow for seam allowance. When you sew things together, they get ever so slightly smaller, so they'll add a little bit of excess to account for that on the edges. Then I flipped the hood inside out so the wrong fuzzy side was facing me. I made sure that all of the wrong fuzzy sides were facing outwards, and I pinned the triangle piece into place. And on my sewing machine, I sewn the side and top seams. The top seams were trickier since they are thicker, so make sure you take your time. When you're finished sewing your seams, you will have this excess fabric on the inside. This can bunch up and create bulk, so what we are going to do is trim one side of the fabric and then fold the other side over top of it and sew that down. This is called a fall felled seam, similar to what is on your jeans. After your piece is sewn in, your hood should look like this. An optional step is to add a lyra pipe to your hood. A lyra pipe was a decorative strip of fabric that was usually made into the hood from the very start of the hood making process. But since we already had the hood form made from the Goodwill hoodie, we are going to just add it on afterwards. To make the lyra pipe, take one of your sleeves from earlier and cut out a strip. I would recommend 2 inches in width, so you have enough room to flip it inside out like a pillow. I would also recommend around 18 to 20 inches in length. You can do as long or as short as you want. Then you will sew the fabric shut with the wrong fuzzy side facing outwards. You will make sure that all ends are closed except for one opening, either the top or the bottom. Flip this piece inside out like you are flipping a sock inside out from the laundry. You can then do a simple hand stitch on the back of the hood and add on your lyra pipe. To finish the hood, fold over the bottom edge and sew it down to keep the rough edges on the inside. After that, your chaperone hood is complete. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Excelsior!